Hello guys, in SteelAxe presents Speedrun. Today I will explain you how I did this speedrun. So at the start we have to place the furnace and a miner, then go and grab this rock. After getting this rock we have to grab the iron and craft gears and more machines. So after placing everything, we're waiting for more iron, and in the meantime we can mine another rock. With stone from this rock we can make more furnaces, and also we have to mine by hand some of the copper. We'll use this copper later to make our red science bottles. So right now we have to place more furnaces, feed them with the coal, also place more miners and just wait for more stuff. So we are mining under rock, and also in the meantime we are crafting the bottles of science. We need in total 10 bottles, so we'll mine 10 copper by hand. I think we need 14 or 15 miners for the iron in total in the speedrun. But yeah, we're basically placing the miners and chopping the stone. Even more copper that will be turned into red science. And whenever we have more iron, we just have to place another miner. Now we are chopping other rock and crafting even more furnaces. It's a nice trick that you can use the construction planner or a blueprint and count how many furnaces or buildings have you placed. It's also a nice trick that you can put the coal on the blueprint for the miner, and this way when you place a miner itself, it will immediately start mining. So it's good to know. And this is the last rock in this playthrough. So let's make even more furnaces and let's build the stuff. Right now we just need to feed everything with the coal and wait for the iron. Yeah, and there is a trick about counting how many furnaces do you have. It's also good to use Z button to put one coal at a time to the furnaces and miners. Now we are just collecting all of the resources, and we also started to crafting everything that is necessary to make the power. So it's boiler, steam engine and a pump. Now we also need to make our lab, because without lab we don't need the power. So it's a simple layout for the power. It's just one of everything and that's all. And now we are waiting for the lab to place. Oh, I forgot. So yeah, this is the lab, this is the science put inside, and also the fuel. But of course I forgot about making the research, so the lab is just standing there doing basically nothing. There is also a nice trick that you can loop the coal miners together. This way you can stack the coal without worrying about storage. And the lab still doesn't work. In the meantime I started crafting other lab, because the more labs you have, the faster its crafting going, the research is going. Wood is also important to make enough power poles. And this is that point when I realized that I forgot to make the research. Okay, so now I fixed that problem, and everything should be better from now. it's good to set up all of the hotkeys to make everything faster. Instead of opening the inventory, you can just press 1, 2, 3 buttons and quickly grab the stuff. So now we are constantly feeding our miners and furnaces with the coal and waiting for the research to be done. Of course we are behind because of that mistake, so we basically have to wait. And like you can see, we have almost 300 iron plates, which is yeah, too much at this point of the game. So we should have get the automation in a moment, and then we'll craft some assembling machines. Okay, we got the research. Of course, I forgot about the power poles, so now I have to work with them. So let's craft the first few assemblers. And the first two will be crafting the gears. And it will speed up crafting of everything. And also gears are used to make the red science, so they are very important. Sometimes it's better to do feeding the assembly slowly, because then you know how much resources is in each assembler. When I starting up with this speedrun, I was ending up with one assembler having like 100 copper plates because I wasn't splitting them evenly. So it's easy to make the coal miner bigger. It's just bigger. It's just bigger loop. So now I just need to feed all of the crafters with the resources and wait for them to make the stuff. When I was practicing, I was using the bottleneck mod. This way I can easily see what is working and what's not. Of course, in the official speedrun it's forbidden because you cannot use mods. And also when you're doing an official speedrun, it's good to run it on the multiplayer, because when you open a research tree, there is no pause, and because the in-game time doesn't count, only the real time if you want to submit your records, so it's simply better when your game is not stopped. So now I changed that one gear crafter into a wire crafters to make crafting labs even faster, because to make a lab with 10 green circuits, and of course green circuits need the copper wires. So when you have already the copper wires, it's just being faster. So now we are in a constant loop of feeding the miners, grabbing the resources and feeding the crafters. This is basically how this speedrun looks like. Of course you have to do it as fast as possible, and it's not that easy. Like, if you remember the beginning, you just have to place the miner, furnace, and feed it with the wood. Speedrunner do it in like 3 seconds, and I'm doing it in like 5 seconds. And it's very hard to chop these 2 seconds. So it really requires a lot of hours of practice. But yeah, we are feeding more crafters. And also I almost forgot to improve the steam, improve the power production. I almost forgot to put that steam engine. So one boiler can work with the 2 steam engines, so it's good to place them like that. Of course you don't need 2 steam engines in the beginning, so it's better to just save with the resources and place only one. So the world record speedrunners goes up to 18 laps in total. I think this run got like 14 laps or 16 laps. I don't know, but yeah, the more laps you have, the faster you are researching. And research is the most important thing in this speedrun. So you just need to feed everything with the resources and wait. it's also good to place everything in a nice, structure, because this way it's easier to drop everything with the Z. You just need to make the loops with your mouse, and when you place lap like I did in the right bottom corner, it's actually hard to put the science inside. You of course need to constantly look at your resources, especially look at the power. If you run out of coal in the boiler, you have to immediately input more coal, because otherwise you don't have electricity and you're not crafting and researching, so it's pretty bad. But yeah, we are almost halfway through the SteelAxe research, so we are on a good way to win this speedrun. So it's more coal feeding, more lab crafting, making the science, and placing everything as fast as possible. Of course, I'm doing the mistake that I'm not handcrafting anything right now. It's good to always handcraft something, because you're a basically free assembler. So why not use yourself to craft more science, more labs, or anything. So now we are on the last push to do it. Let's place the labs, let's put the science, and now we just need to wait. So yeah, that was the speedrun, that was the time, and that was everything. So thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Bye.